IQD holders, the Iraqi Dinar Revaluation may already be underway. Welcome back to my channel, Iraqi Dinar RV. If you've been holding on to your Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and waiting for the right moment, this may be it. Recent developments suggest that we are not just approaching the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, we might already be witnessing its quiet implementation. According to trusted sources, including long-followed commentator Frank26, major indicators are pointing to a live rate change already in effect. This isn't just another wave of speculation. It's being called one of the most credible movements yet in the ongoing saga of Iraq's monetary reform. If you've been watching from the sidelines, now is the time to sit up and pay attention. Let's break down what's happening, what it means, and what IQD holders should be doing right now. Frank26. The new rate is already live. Frank26, a well-known analyst in the Dinar community, has recently made bold claims based on direct intel from Iraq. He believes the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has already enacted a new exchange rate for the dinar. His information, backed by on-the-ground contacts, points to real shifts in how the country is operating financially. One key sign, the nature of recent agreements between the Iraqi government and the Kurdistan regional government. These deals, particularly surrounding oil revenue and salary distribution, would not be possible without a defined exchange rate in place. According to Frank, these agreements are not merely discussed, they're finalized. And that only makes sense if the new rate has already been activated. This implies a move from speculation to execution. The oil agreement that changes everything. One of the most significant updates centers around the historic oil-sharing agreement between Baghdad and Erbil. For over 10 years, unresolved tensions over revenue from oil exports have blocked national budgets and stifled foreign investment. This dispute has long been a key obstacle to economic recovery and monetary reform. Now, reports indicate that the deal has finally been settled. Local Iraqi media suggest the agreement is not pending, it's already signed. Why is this critical? This resolution unlocks billions in frozen assets and unifies Iraq under a cooperative framework. It sends a clear message. Iraq is serious about stability and ready to support a stronger, internationally viable currency. Such a move isn't just symbolic, it's foundational to a revaluation effort. A shift in regional politics. Another major development cited by Frank26 is the changing political landscape within Iraq. For years, Iranian-backed politicians have held influence over key financial and governmental decisions. But according to recent intel, many of these individuals have now been removed or sidelined. If this is accurate, it represents a major shift in sovereignty. Iraq may finally be making economic decisions free from external manipulation. Such independence is essential for any legitimate currency reform or revaluation. When Baghdad and Erbil are working together, and when foreign influence is waning, it opens the door for Iraq to fully take charge of its monetary policy. Central bank silence, a telling sign. In the past, the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has been open with policy updates and exchange rate information. But in recent weeks, communication has dropped significantly. According to some observers, this sudden silence is no coincidence. Historically, when the CBI prepares for significant currency moves, it enters a quiet phase, limiting public communication and press releases. That's exactly what appears to be happening now. Insiders claim that the CBI is deep in execution mode, finalizing new banking contracts, updating investor policies, and meeting with international partners, including China, France, and Gulf nations. These are not minor administrative steps, they point to major monetary restructuring. Phil's caution, don't count out geopolitical risks. While optimism is growing, not all voices in the community are sounding the same tone. Analyst Phil, another respected name among IQD holders, warns that external geopolitical risks could still delay or derail the revaluation. Specifically, tensions between Iran and Israel and potential military escalation in the region remain serious threats. Phil points out that the United Nations is expected to issue a major regional assessment in August, which could impact Iraq's financial future. In his view, a full global reset or revaluation can't happen while regional conflict is still a real possibility. So while internal signals are positive, External stability is still necessary before the RV can fully take off. How to read the signals, what you should be watching. If you're an IQD holder trying to cut through the noise, here are 4 key areas to monitor. 1. Official confirmation of the Kurdish oil deal. If Iraq publicly announces the finalized oil sharing agreement, that's a major green light. It validates the claim that a new rate may be active. 2. CBI activity or inactivity. Keep a close eye on the Central Bank of Iraq. If they continue to go dark or suddenly release a major update, it may indicate that implementation is underway. 3. Changes in oil trade behavior. Watch for shifts in how Iraq prices or sells its oil. A new pricing model or a shift in currency used for oil transactions could be a direct indicator of a revalued dinar. 4. Geopolitical updates, especially from the UN. Stay updated on developments between Iran, Israel, and the broader region. The August UN assessment could signal whether the revaluation is likely to accelerate or be delayed. Building the foundation, reserves, gold, and reform. Another sign that Iraq is getting ready for a financial transformation. The country's growing foreign currency reserves and gold holdings. These aren't trivial increases, they are the kind of moves made by nations preparing to back a stronger currency. In addition, Iraq has been overhauling its investor laws and expanding its economic partnerships, particularly with China, Saudi Arabia, and other key global players. All of this is consistent with what we typically see before a major currency event. Countries don't make these moves without preparing for something substantial. What you should be doing right now. If you're holding IQD, this is a critical moment. Whether the rate change has already gone live quietly or is about to surface publicly, you must be prepared. Here's your action checklist. Stay informed. Rely on verified sources, not hype. Follow credible updates from Iraqi media and trusted analysts. Watch the CBI. Any sudden update or continued silence is significant. Track oil markets. Any shift in pricing strategy by Iraq could be a sign. Have your exchange plan ready. When this moves, it will happen quickly. You may only have hours, not days, to act. Don't panic. This isn't the time for fear. Be strategic, organized, and calm. Conclusion, from possibility to process. For years, the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar has lived in the realm of speculation and rumor. But now, the signs are different. From internal agreements to growing reserves and financial silence from the CBI, every piece suggests that Iraq is in the middle of something much bigger than a simple policy change. Frank26 may be right. The revaluation isn't coming. It's already here. Whether it becomes publicly visible today, next week, or next month, the groundwork is being laid. What matters now is preparation, so stay alert, watch the real indicators, and get ready, because this time it may not be a drill. Disclaimer. This article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. The foreign exchange market is inherently risky and prone to misinformation. Consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decision. Iraqi Dinar RV is not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use or reliance on this content.